So far we have only created components and we exported those components to create our pages, but we haven't tried to set our HTML template. So what I mean with that is, if I check my page source and inspect the document, the HTML document, I see that there are some default options. So here we have our HTML tag. So by default we set a viewport to be responsive, we set a cursor to UTF-8, we set a title, a description, but if we spec our project structure, we haven't set anything of this. So that's the default template coming from Next.js. But if you want to extend it and set your own setup, then you can create a document page, and from that page you need to import the Next document package, and here we need to export a few things. So we have the HTML, the main, we have head and next script, and as a default export there is the document. So we need to create a class based component that extend the document. So I will create a component with the name my document, which extends the document, and it needs to have a static method with the name get initial props. So here we get the context, and the context would be available in our types here. And what I need to do is to get the initial props of our page, and to get them I need to call the get initial props, pass the content, and since it's asynchronous I need to wait for it, and I need to return an object that spreads those props, and I need to set my template of the document. And so in that case it would be invoke the render method, which returns our HTML document. Here we set the head section, and we also have the body, which includes the main and the next script. So if you want, for example, to update the language of the HTML tag, then there is one option available with the name lang, and you can set whichever language you want. If you want to set some default settings into the heading, so let's say that you want to load some CSS, then you can push that logic over here. Or another example is when you want to set some metadata. So let's say that I want to set the author of the page. So in that case I will call name, and I will set the option author, and the content would be mariossimou.dev, and I need to make a default export of my components. So if I try to reload the page now, we see that we still get the same view, right? But if we inspect our HTML document, we see that here we set the meta tag with the name author and the content mariossimou.dev, and that's what we can do by setting the document. And just pay attention on when the document is called. So if I console log the initial props and try to reload my page, I see that I get some content on the server side, right? But if I check my dev tools, I don't get any content. So the document page, it's only loaded on the server side. So fetch some data, fetch our HTML template from the server, and that should be enough to push down into the client side. And in the client side we populate the document with the right content and the right props.